Hello, I am Paige Albaniak, editorial director of PromaxBDA, and this is the Daily Brief Podcast. You can subscribe to the Daily Brief Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And if you are enjoying our podcast, please head over to Apple Podcasts and give us lots of stars. It helps other people find us. So today I have the honor of having with me Stephen Arnold and Chad Cook. Stephen is president and founder of Stephen Arnold Music, and Chad is vice president creative. Welcome, both of you. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
And
Thanks, Paige.
So to kick it off, Stephen, why don't you tell me a little bit about your background? I know you have an incredible passion for guitars, and then what led you to launch your company?
Well, I guess growing up, I had many years of kind of gun-to-the-head piano lessons, but by the time I was... and by the time I was, I guess, in junior high, I really gravitated toward guitar and headbands and all that kind of stuff. And so I ended up in L.A. for 3 or 4 years trying to, get my lucky break, which never really happened. And I ended up back in my hometown, Dallas, because my folks had a retail store and they wanted me to do a jingle, and I had never really done a jingle. So as a result of that, there was the recording studio that I recorded the jingle in happened to be for sale, and the guy who was selling it, actually, his dad owned it and was really wealthy, and so he said, hey, my studio's for sale, do you want to buy it? And of course I had no money, and he said, that's fine. My dad will he'll finance it for you. So that's basically kind of what happened. I started off thinking that we were going to just record bands, and then I would have a free place to do my own songs, and I could head out to L.A. and pitch those. But we learned real quickly that just like I had no money in L.A., the people that recorded in our studio had no money, and then pretty soon we had hot checks and all that stuff. So we ended up then doing jingles just for kind of mall paw shops and banks and car dealers and stuff like that. And one thing led to another, and I got an opportunity to do some music for one of the local stations in Dallas, and that's kind of how things kind of kicked off. So I did that for a number of years, and then I hired Chad when Chad was probably not even out of college, and so we kind of just tackled it together, and here we are, 25 years later.
And